Good morning, friends, and welcome to episode 116 of Looking at Stamps. And today's going to be a joint broadcast between the podcast and the IGTV channel, and that we're going to talk about love stamps and the love series of stamps issued by the USPS. This is the Made of Heart stamp that was released last week on the 23rd. I shared my initial review of it. We're going to revisit that, and then we're going to talk about 5 stamps, or actually I'm going to show you 5 stamps from the Love series, and then I will talk about the history of the Love series on the podcast. So this is the Made of Heart stamp. I shared that with you last week. Some people are enjoying this stamp. I'm not a fan of it. I shared my review with you, and so I wanted to give it a second chance to show you what the stamp looks like on different colored backgrounds so that you can make your own decisions. They're not all going to be guarantees. There are going to be a lot of hits and misses. I think this is a miss, but once again, I'll let you make your own mind up. So first, I wanted to show the stamp to you on a white background. As you can see here, the pink does show up a little better with a white background. The red is striking on the stamp, and it's highlighted on a white background. Then I thought maybe a red background would be interesting. To me, it doesn't add much more desire to the stamp. The red looks good on the red. The pink looks a little washed out. I just think that it's the size of the heart, the pink hearts, that strike me. They do look like polka dots rather than hearts. And I'm not a big fan of the partial hearts, or the small hearts that make up the rounded edges of the heart in the center. And then I thought that I would show you some version of pink. This is a fuchsia pink. It's a lot darker than this. The white light is that I'm using for filming washes this out a little bit. Let me see if I can give you, there you go, that's a little bit better. The pink doesn't show up as well on the pink background. It does look, the red does look striking. And once again, I think your best bet on this particular stamp, oh, let me do all 3 together if I can fit this in. I have this on, let me change there we go. Here it is for all 3, and I think probably the best use of the stamp, believe it or not, is going to be on a white background. So there you have the Made of Heart stamp that was released last week. The Love series started in 1973 with this stamp. This is a very popular image. This was the image done by the artist Robert Indiana, and we've seen this image around. These are all used stamps, by the way, that I'm sharing with you today. I do have some of these in unused varieties, but I thought that I would share you some of the used stamps that I have for my collection. So this was the first stamp, 1475. As you can see, this is the standard 1.5 by 1 inch stamp. This is the horizontal position. All the stamps I'm going to share with you today are the same size. 2 of them are in the horizontal position. 3 of them are in the vertical position. So this was the first one. This was issued in 1973. The second stamp in the series is this stamp here. This was approved to be the first stamp, but then the Robert Indiana image came out, and they thought the tie-in was much better, and in that way the original stamp could be issued in the city of brotherly love, which is Philadelphia. So this was the second release. This was the originally approved artwork, but the Robert Indiana image won out. So that's the second in the series, 1951. This is one of my favorites. I call this the Rainbow Love, even though it's not a true rainbow. This is 2072. It's one of my favorites as well. I call the next one the Crayola Love 2143. And finally, you've seen this one before. This was in the dog stamp episode, and this is 2202, and shows you that love can take a variety of different forms. So that's it for today. Thank you for following along. I'll talk with you tomorrow, and listen to the podcast. Have a great day. Bye-bye.